G'day, Shane here, and it's the start of week 112 of my piano journey. About to have lesson number 84, and as I normally do, I'll have a look back and see how I did over last week. And I've got my trusty checklist here, and it tells me that I did 4 practice sessions for a total of 2 hours 20 minutes. And with the exception of the first lesson in the week, they're all sort of standard work through my pieces on the go. I've got my Song of the Pine Tree, which I'm retired long ago, but which I'm trying to sort of keep going because I want to try and get good performance of it at some point. It's not too bad. It's pretty good now, but yeah, I just like playing it. Along with some scales and some sight reading. So that was that for the last 3 sessions of the week. The first session of the week was, as I normally do, it was dedicated entirely to a study in Latin, which was the piece which I had got in lesson number 83, so last week's lesson. And what I normally do after a lesson is I just devote the next practice session entirely to that piece and just try and reinforce what I've picked up through the lesson. So that was what I did there. And studying Latin is, I'm pretty pleased with the way it's coming along. I think I made a bit of progress since the last lesson on it, which is good. Yeah, starting to come together. I'm not sure if that's what we're going to cover in lesson 84 or if we're going to look at jumping bean, but I guess we'll find out in a few minutes. So that's coming up shortly. G'day. Going to be learning a few new pieces over the coming weeks. So I thought I'd just do an updated resources section for the pieces I'm currently working on and also the pieces I'll be working on in the future. So we'll start with the future focus ones first so that I can then just trim the ones that are going to get retired off the back of the video. So first up is Jazzin Around 2, Book 2 by Kerin Bailey. And the book piece I'm going to be playing from this is going to be the Study in Latin, which is on page 8. That's that. The next piece to talk about is Musette from book 1 of Encore, which we'll be getting to in, I think, probably in a week or two's time, that one. So now we get on to the pieces that I'm currently learning. So Jumping Bean, I got that about 2 weeks ago, and it's from this book here called Really Easy Jazzing About by Wedgwood. This was retired a few weeks back now, but it has Song of the Pine Tree in it, which is the piece that I'm trying to get up to a performance. Well, my performance standard basically is a clean run through without any errors. So I'm keeping that in the rotation at the moment. So Song of the Pine Tree comes from this book. So that's all for the pieces that I'm currently learning. In terms of the other things that I incorporated into my practice, there are sight reading pieces, which I'm doing from this book here, which is the Specimen sight reading book 2 for ABRSM. And the idea here is that you basically open a page at random, pick up a piece from that page at random. I've got it a little bit more systemized than that, but then you basically play 4 bars, and I spend about 3 minutes on it, and that's about it really. So add that into my practice. And scale charts, which I've got them here for both white key majors and the white key harmonic minors. So the colours on them indicate where the fingers depart from the white keys, basically. So when they go sharp or flat, etc. These are available from Jane's Accelerator Piano website. You can just download them for free and then print them out. And she's got versions that have the colours on them, if you're like me and just want a signal as to when you need to make a change. Or if you want to go sort of hard out on it and don't want any tips, she's got ones that don't have the colours on them. So you make your choice. I think they're both in the same file, and you just sort of print out the page you want. So that's it for the sort of resources, music-wise, etc. The other key resource that I have is obviously Jane, a teacher. And I can't tell you just how useful having a teacher actually is. I don't know how I'd be going if I was trying to learn on my own, because I wouldn't know what pieces to pick, etc. I wouldn't know what grade I'm at any particular point in time. You have to sort of try and evaluate that. And obviously it's a matter of whether you can afford a teacher or not. But if you can, I'd certainly suggest that you try to find a teacher, either locally or online. Jane teaches online. Time zones might be an issue if you are not in New Zealand, but I'll put some details below. She does have quite a waiting list, so if you think you might want to learn from someone like Jane, you probably want to get on her waiting list sooner rather than later. But one of the things that a teacher really does is they look at how you're progressing, and they try to identify gaps in your knowledge and your skill set for where you should be at that particular point on your journey, and then they try to fill it. So for example, the piece that Jane's going to be giving me today, the Unfinished Symphony, is one that's actually going to really work my left hand. So it swaps the melody from being on the right hand into the left hand, so that I can start to get some practice doing that, because I haven't done that before. That's something I would never have thought of to do had I been trying to teach myself. So it's those kinds of sort of insights that a good teacher will help you figure your way through and sort of really help you progress. So can't recommend a teacher enough, and the best one ever, although I am a bit biased because I'm married to her, is Jane Trotter. So take a look at her website. You'll see that there's plenty of other people there, that dozens and dozens of people that have left testimonials that also think she's the bee's knees. So you can check that out. Now, the other thing that Jane also has is a YouTube channel and a supporting website called Accelerando Piano. And Accelerando Piano is where she puts up short tutorial type videos. When I say short, they're not 30-second type things. They're 5 to 10 minute type tutorials, and these are primarily aimed to support her students. Although she's made them public, so everyone in the world can have a look at them and use them. And what she does is, if you go onto a waiting list, if you're on a waiting list, she'll be sending a link out to people that says, here are some of the videos you should probably start to look at, that sort of, if you want to learn on your own a little bit while you're waiting on a spot, try these ones here, etc. And there's some key ones there on how to set up your environment so that you don't get yourself injured, and certainly worth taking a look at those. And if you are, if you have a teacher, then you may well be able to find some supplementary resources on Jane's website that supplement what you're already learning from your own teacher. And if you currently don't have a teacher, then you might be able to find some things there that sort of also help you on your way. It's not lessons as such. It's not going to teach you how to play a piece, but it will teach you things like how to play scales, how to sit properly, things that you possibly haven't really sort of thought about. I think the last one she's done, and I'm not sure what's up yet, is how to make sure you're relaxing when you're playing chords. I think it's called "Don't Death Grip Your Chords" or something like that. So there's sort of a variety of things like that. Definitely worth a look. And on the each one of those, well, not each one, but most of those tutorials also have a supplementary resource, and that's where these come in. So the scales tutorials that teach you how to play these scales and tell you the tricks about what fingers to move where, etc. Also have sheets available for download, and they're on her website under the resources page, and you can access those there. And that's what I've done here. I've just printed those out, laminated them so that I can flip them over and they don't sort of get crumpled, etc. So that's the other resources that I use. Can't highly recommend a teacher enough. So there you go. And I'll update this resources section as the books, etc. change.